my daughter, you've met my wife, you've met my sister. The problem with all of us is, it's like that movie, The Field of Dreams, build it, they will come. Hold a caucus and the Bidens show up. We have it all over the place. I want to thank you. Thank you for being so gracious to my family. Thank you for being so gracious to my family. Let me just say one thing, and then if you have time, I just go right to taking some questions. Folks, I'm not only excited about the prospects of winning out here. I'm not only confident about the prospects of the next President of the United States being able to literally reshape the world and this country. I can hardly wait to debate these Republicans. I am so tired of hearing them claim the moral high ground, the values piece. I can hardly wait for Rudy. I can hardly wait for Romney. I can hardly wait as they lecture us about morality while they support waterboarding. I can hardly wait how they lecture us in responsibility when they send our troops to Iraq without the proper equipment. I can hardly wait to hear how they're going to explain how they will not insure children, but they'll give an $85 billion tax cut this year to people with an average income of $1.4 million. I can hardly wait. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be afraid. The American public agrees with us. They agree with us. But the one thing the Democratic candidate has to be able to do in order to be elected, and I hope we've learned this lesson from 2000 and 2004. The next Democratic candidate has to be able to stand up and demonstrate unimpeachable credentials on national security, terrorism, and how to make America safer. They have to meet that test before they get to anything else. Anything else. The last two times, what did you hear? All we have to do is talk about domestic issues and we'll win. Well, 57% of the women who did not like George Bush's policy on domestic issues voted for George Bush last time. This election is about security. It is about our physical security of our homeland. It's about the security of our neighborhoods. It's about our economic security. It's about our health security. It's about providing for security for the American people. And unless we get by the first of those security requirements, how to end this war in Iraq, none of the rest matters very much. I'm the only candidate in the Democratic Party, according to the press, who the last 3 weeks or a month continues to talk about Iraq. Why do I talk about Iraq so much? Well, Jim said it. How can I as president rally the rest of the world to follow American leadership unless I can regain the confidence of the world in our judgment? And as long as this war in Iraq is raging, no other nation wants to participate with us. You think I'm exaggerating? I am not. Literally, no one wants to participate. And as long as we're spending $125 billion a year on Iraq, how in God's name can I implement my health care plan? How can I implement a 21st century education plan? How am I going to be able to make the changes we all agree on the environment, investing in new research and technology? So folks, my concluding comment is this. Everybody has an opinion about Iraq, but I'm the only one in either political party that's laid out a detailed plan as to how to end this war, bring our troops home without sending our grandchildren back. My son Bo, who you just met, is about to go to Iraq. I don't want him going to Iraq. He'll do his duty as a captain, he will do his duty, he'll leave his job as Attorney General, and he'll go. And I'm proud of him. I wish he weren't. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't want my grandson having to go. And depending how we bring home my son, and all the other sons, it'll be me. So here's what's happened, the reason why I'm hopeful today. The United States Senate, overwhelmingly, 75 votes, voted for the Biden exit strategy from Iraq. The United States House of Representatives on Thursday voted overwhelmingly for the Biden exit strategy in Iraq. The entire United States Congress overwhelmingly is on record. It's now on the President's desk for veto or signature. You can't make a president engage in diplomacy, which this requires. But the one thing I'm excited about, even if he doesn't implement the Biden plan, when I'm president, I will know, and think about this in literal terms, I know the day I'm elected, I will be able to pull that plan out of the drawer and have the confidence that every Democrat and Republican in the Congress supports what I'm about to do. That the vast majority of the world leaders have signed on to the Biden plan. That every single solitary Iraqi leader, except for one, Sadr, has signed on to the Biden plan. In order to govern, you must generate a consensus. There are no pure majority votes that change policy anymore. You need a consensus. So ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the world is looking to us. They're looking to see who we are going to give to them, because their future rests upon our judgment. As much as they resent it, they know there is no other nation in the world that has the capacity to put the world back on track. And when we do, ladies and gentlemen, I will be able to pass my health care plan, which puts every single solitary person in the same health care plan I have, which provides catastrophic health insurance for every American and insures every single solitary child for less than the cost of 1 year of the tax cut for the wealthiest among us. The possibilities are limitless. The possibilities are limitless. So in this Christmas season, it sounds corny, we have reason to be optimistic. We have reason to be optimistic if we are true to ourselves, if we are not afraid as Democrats, if we continue to tell you the truth, tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, not what you prefer to hear. The American people have never once let their country down, not one single solitary time in all of history when we've leveled with them. The one criticism I hear from Oxford, Mississippi to Seattle, Washington to Davenport, Iowa, all the way to Portland, Maine, is the Democratic Party is too timid. Yeah. We're too timid. Ladies and gentlemen, one adjective that's never been assigned to me is timidity. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think the American people will respond, and I really do believe it's time. You know, I was in Council Bluffs, and I went to Mass last Sunday with a group of people, and as I came out, there were a group of people standing outside. It was a sunny day, and they asked my opinion about something. They just wanted, they were being very nice, they wanted autographs or pictures taken. And at the end of it, the gentleman said, I'm a Republican senator. He said, I don't know how you Democrats, I don't know what you're going to do with this, because your values are different. And I said, did we just hear the same communion hymn? There's a communion hymn in my church that exists in every Protestant church, as well as in every synagogue, because it's based on the 91st Psalm. And this is how I look at what the job of the next president is. And the hymn goes like this. It says, may he lift you up on eagle's wings and bear you on the breath of dawn and make the sun to shine upon you. Ladies and gentlemen, this country is ready to be lifted up on eagle's wings. We have the capacity, totally within our power, to bring a breath of a new dawn to this country and to let the light shine on parts of the world in a way that we have not for the last 7 years by reasserting our values. So ladies and gentlemen, I can hardly wait, and with your help, I'll get to be the guy to make those decisions. Thank you, and I'll be happy to do that.